Dear students, today I shall discuss module 20, that is management decision, especially purchase versus lease. Now the question is, what is management decision? A management has to take several decisions. Some are we call specific management decision, some we call financial management decisions. Financial management decisions I have already covered. Even if you can remember that financial management decision means the capital structure, then the bonus shares, etc. that we call a financial decision. But in case of management decision, what is the problem is, basically such things are, one may argue that this is a clear case of a capital budgeting. In financial management, you may have done the capital budgeting. So the problem is, yes, definitely it's a matter of capital budgeting, but tax also played a very important role. So our endeavor will be to see what are the tax implication in that cases, because you will appreciate in case of like a management decision, what happens that today you are investing some money and you will get back the money after certain years. Now the question is, how do you compare? Because suppose you are making investment in 2019. Now it will take say 6 months or 1 year to establish the business, then you produce the goods, then you sell the goods. They say from 2020 and onwards it will give you the inflow. How will you compare? Because say 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, say 5 years there will inflow. So that money you will get after 5 or 6 years. But now you are spending. So two bases are not the same. So we need the concept of the discounting, right? We need the present value of the inflow. So I know the present value of the outflow, then I know the present value of the inflow, then I will match these two, then I will take the decision. That part is almost common. But here what I will try to do, I will try to put focus on the tax implication. What are the tax implication remaining? So now first is purchase versus lease. So now I will talk of first the tax implication of purchase. Purchase versus lease means purchase or lease of an asset. So you can either purchase an asset outright or you can take an asset on lease. Now what are the tax implication? First I will talk of the purchase. Now in case of a purchase, if you are directly purchasing, so how you are financing? There may be two ways. You can directly finance the entire amount out of your own pocket, out of the, right? Or the entity can take a loan for the purchase of an asset. Now these two cases, the tax implications are a bit different. So I will discuss this under two heads. First of all, out of own funds. So that means when you are purchasing and make instant payment. Now what are the tax implications? Number one, whatever the cost, that is the immediate outflow. Suppose you are purchasing an asset for 5 lakh, you have to pay 5 lakh now. So entire 5 lakhs is your outflow, so instant outflow to the extent of cost of assets. But what are the benefits? The benefits that on that asset you can claim depreciation, you can claim additional depreciation, and you can also claim 30 AD, but subject to certain conditions. What are the conditions? I think you are all aware of. In case of 32 AD, 32 AD is a very specific case. That means when you are purchasing an asset for a business which is situated in a notified backward area of certain states. The states are Andhra, Telangana, Bihar and West Bengal. Then you can get a deduction of 15%, and similarly your additional depreciation rate is also enhanced to 35%. So in a nutshell, and I am for that, what I can get over the period of say 5 years, I can get the benefit of depreciation, additional depreciation, all the additional depreciation is for 1 year, and 30 AD also this is for 1 year. Now if I go for the borrowed fund, that means I am not paying the money, I borrow the money and against that borrowed fund I pay. Right, now what happens? In case of borrowed money, there is no immediate outflow. You are not paying out of your own pocket, so there is no outflow. When outflow starts, when you are repaying the amount, right? When you are repaying, maybe instant, maybe after 1 year or maybe after 2 years. So your outflow starts at this point. Now, so far as the benefits are concerned, you will get exactly the same benefit. You can claim depreciation. You can claim additional depreciation either at the rate of 20% or I talked of, or at the rate of 35%, and you can also get 32 AD at the rate of 15%. Plus one extra benefit you will get, that is the interest which you are paying is tax deductible. So earlier one, the tax deductible is only depreciation and 32 AD. Here tax deductibles are depreciation, 32 AD and the interest, right? So be very careful. But one small point is interest. If your business is not going well, it might be difficult for you to pay the interest. That is one part, but that we should not consider those. That is a tax implication. Now think of the lease. Now in case of lease, what happens? You are not purchasing it. You are taking the asset on lease. Now what happened to lease? In case of lease also, you are not paying the entire amount instantly. So there is no immediate payment. Your outflow starts when you start paying the lease rent, right? Maybe after 1 year you are paying the lease rent, right? So cash outflow starts only that point, and the entire lease rent as well as the management expense or management fees in relation to lease are tax deductible. So whatever lease rent you pay, it is tax deductible, and if you pay the lease management fees, it is also tax deductible. But the question is, since it is a lease, so you can't get the benefit of depreciation as well as additional depreciation because you are not the owner of the asset, and you also won't get the benefit under section 32 AD, right? Now one small point I wish to add to the lease. Suppose an entity taken a building on a lease. So we know the lease rent is tax deductible, but the entity cannot claim depreciation or additional depreciation or 32 AD, whatever may be the case. But suppose that entity constructed another floor on that building. So that entity can claim depreciation on the constructed floor because the constructed floor is done by them. Am I clear? So leased asset doesn't always mean that you won't get the depreciation. This is a case when I'm talking of I am paying the lease rent as well as I can claim depreciation on the floor which have been constructed by the entity, right? Now these things is very difficult to grab in theory. We need to do some problems, and I'm assuring you that I will do problems with you later on, that I will make everything clear. But for the time being, in a concise form, you just get this thing into your mind that in case of purchase, if I purchase out of own fund, what are the tax consequences? If I purchased out of borrowed fund, what are the tax consequences? If I purchase asset by lease, what are the tax consequences? And ultimately when I do the problem will give you the answer, because you will appreciate whenever the present value of the outflow is the lower or the lowest, we will take that. Alright, thank you.